Good evening. Good evening, and now I will call the July 7th, 2026 meeting of the Ben Lapine Board of Directors to order. I would like to introduce our participants this evening. To my immediate left, Vice Chair Amy Tatum, Directors Cameron Fisher, Keena Chadwick, Ross Tomlin. Ross is actually going to be joining us virtually, as well as Shirley Olson and Jen Lynch. To my immediate right, Superintendent Dr. Stephen Cook, Deputy Superintendent Dr. Lisa Burke, and Board Clerk Janet Bojanowski, and I am Marcus LeGrand, Chair of the Board. Will you please stand, remove your hats, and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. We will now move to agenda item number 3, review of the agenda. Dr. Cook, are there any changes to the agenda?
There are no changes to the agenda.
Fellow directors, are there any changes to the agenda? All right, hearing no changes, we proceed with the agenda as noticed. Look at the approval of minutes. Hold on, we skipped something really quick. I know. I forgot for a second. All right, now we're going to be moving to nomination for the various chairs that we have here, the chair and the vice chair, and we're going to be starting with the chair. We will now move to the elections of the officers of 2026. I will entertain a motion for board chair.
I move to nominate Director Amy Tatum as board chair.
There's a second.
I second.
Thank you. There's a first and now a second. Thank you for the motions. Any discussion? Okay, now for all for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Amy, you have to oppose.
Abstain. I actually looked up Robert's rules and it said you didn't technically have to abstain, which was the only reason I voted yes. I did verify that.
Okay, thank you. Any abstentions? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. The ayes have it. And now I am going to be turning this over to Amy.
All right. And now we are going to entertain a motion for vice chair.
I would like to entertain a motion nomination for vice chair to Cameron Fisher.
Second.
Thank you. So Director LeGrand has made the motion and Director Chadwick has seconded the motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, I will now call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
All right. I did not hear any opposition, any abstentions.
I abstain.
Okay, so it passes 6 yeas, 1 abstention. All right, so now we are going to move to public comment. The board and district leadership value communication from students, families, staff, and community members as it helps to guide the work of Ben Lapine Schools. Public comment is just one of many avenues available to ensure this connection. Members of the public may always submit thoughts, questions, or concerns to the board via email as well as in writing. Individual board members also make themselves available for phone, video, and/or in-person conversations. This said, I want to remind the public that while this is a meeting of the board of directors that takes place in public, it is not a meeting with the public. It is a meeting of the board to conduct district business. As such, the board will not respond to public comment made during tonight's meeting. Instead, issues may be recorded and referred to the proper staff to follow up with you. So we have one online sign up. Is Catherine Scondon here? All right, so please make your way to the microphone. All right, and so you will have 2 minutes.
Thank you. I just wanted to hit very briefly on some points here, talking about the proposed fundraising and gift policies. And I had a point that the policies should probably be inward-facing instead of outward-facing. I know there's been a lot of community outcry about this. I think trying to control the actions and activities of organizations and individuals not employed by the district is just going to lead to a lot more anger, conflict, and potential litigation issues, because you're going to run into First Amendment issues right, left, and center. Next issue, the administrability of some of these policies seems daunting. If there's no de minimis exception in the gifting policies, there's no periodic reporting. There's no system that's been put forward. It's like every single donation that's given to the district has to fill out a form. Administrability of this seems overly burdensome to both the district and individuals trying to gift to the district. Employee compensation is not defined in the policies. Right now, PTOs are paying for teacher trainings, bus transportations, nutrition services for school events. Stopping these activities and other contributions diminishes both academic experiences and the school community, hurting everyone involved. So I think that needs to be looked at specifically. And there are parent resources available for drafting and helping give input on these policies. We have people volunteering who are lawyers, accountants, executives, business owners, willing to donate their time to help bridge this miscommunication between policies and what the community is currently doing. Whether or not the district takes us up on those offers is obviously up to you, but I think we should probably utilize the resources that are available and on offer. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Board Clerk Bojanowski, nobody else signed up, correct? Okay, great, perfect. All right. So now we are going to move to the consent agenda. Is there any discussion regarding any of the documents in the consent agenda? All right, so hearing no discussion, I will now entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Thank you. Director LeGrand has made the motion and Director Fisher has seconded the motion. Is there any discussion? All right, hearing no discussion, I will now call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Great. So it passes unanimously. And now the consent for information. So I will now turn to Superintendent Cook for the consent for information.
Thank you, Chair Tatum. At the June 16th board meeting, we brought forth several fundraising-related policies and regulations for review. At that particular time, we were still working on one form, that's KMC-AR, and that was not completed yet. That form, request to fundraise on behalf of the district, was under draft. This form is now complete, so we are going to be pushing it out for feedback throughout the same system to the community that we did with the other fundraising-related policies, of which we've actually had a public comment here tonight and lots of feedback already. We are also working with several different groups, including our Equity Coalition, as mentioned, our PTOs and booster clubs, to gather additional feedback before we bring these policies back for future adoption.
All right, thank you. All right, so now we're going to move to action items. So we will now move to approve the annual Board of Directors and Superintendent Operational Agreement and Expectations. As a reminder, we reviewed and edited this document in October, so this is the first annual adoption of the new agreement. Is there any discussion on the document as presented? All right, so hearing no discussion, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the agreement as presented.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Director Olson has made the motion and Director LeGrand has seconded the motion. Is there any discussion on the motion?
Yeah, just a quick point of order that we saw just typos that we intend to correct that are trivial and non-substantive in nature.
Okay, perfect. So now I will call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Any opposed? Great. So it passes 6-6, or sorry, unanimously 7-0. We're all here. And so thank you. And now we will hear the superintendent's report.
I just want to comment that this is the first time ever in my career I've given a superintendent's report at 5:40. All right, I have 5 items to report. Yeah, exactly. And several of them are actually points of pride. First, I want to talk about a project we have called Signs of Success. We did this, if you recall, last year, where we honor and recognize students that have achieved a particular milestone in our school district, and 3 particular areas that we're celebrating this year. Students that exhibit either biliteracy or multiliteracy, we provide them with a sign, a yard sign that says that it celebrates the language that they meet that second literacy in. The second area that we're celebrating are all of our students who are completers of Career Tech Ed pathways. And our last one is, we did last year as well, are the students that achieve perfect scores on their AP exams or IB exams. And I am so excited to share with you, those have started. And we've been delivering those signs. Maybe you've seen some of them around, maybe even at friends and families' houses that have been arrived. I am proud to present to you that we have over 700 people that will qualify to get these yard signs. And that's not even giving students that have multiple, get multiple perfect scores on their AP exams, they don't get multiple signs. So this is such a celebration. And I just want to let you know that if you are willing and want to, we would love to give you some signs to deliver. It is a good time, I'll tell you that very much. It's a great time. Secondly, I do want to just linger on the AP exam summary. Yesterday was the official release of the AP scores from the advanced placement. That doesn't mean that we've notified all students yet, so we're not completely ready to communicate, but I can talk on a high level how the school district performance has gone. We had 30 different content areas that students competed for across our 7 high schools this year. 2,841 exams were taken. And listen to this number, 2,260 exams were passed. That is a pass rate of 80%, which is phenomenal. An 80% pass rate, 17% of those students that participated got a perfect score on their respective exams. The highest pass rate by content area was 100%. The lowest pass rate by content area was 29%. We feel like those are good celebrations and in areas that we can continue to promote and improve. Just a lovely, lovely celebration of how our students are just knocking it out of the park in academic achievement. The next one, I just want to bring attention to, you've seen quite a few communications from folks concerned about our fundraising policies that are out for public feedback right now. I'll tell you, we had a meeting on Thursday that wound up being about 2 hours of pretty productive dialogue. And we continue to look at changes that we can make in the language of these policies so that it clearly articulates the district's stance and where we believe the district should be going forward. As it relates to fundraising, I want to be on the record, fundraising is happening. It is a very major part of what our district does. We have lots of things that we need to do internally to get our arms wrapped around that, and it's going to require conversations with our partners to be able to do that in a way that meets all of the expectations that we have to live to. We're going to look for ways to do that in as seamless a way as possible while still meeting all those mandates that we're going to need to.
And from the person who had the public comment earlier, can you give us maybe who some of those stakeholders were in the room?
You mean of the meeting on Thursday?
Yeah.
The meeting on Thursday was primarily PTOs of our elementary schools, a couple of middle schools, and I think 1 high school were represented there. There are lots of other groups, booster clubs, and there's other PTOs that weren't in attendance as well. But a lot of shared concerns, and I think it's good opportunity. And we have, and I'm going to mess these dates up, July 14th, there's another listening session, Kinsey, August 3rd for another listening session. And we're hoping we can get lots of participation in those, that we can start using those to get language dialed in as we move that forward. And my 4th item, I just want to take a chance to introduce our new CHRO. So if I could get Tony Sanchez to come up here. Tony is new to the area. Welcome him from Texas. We won't hold that against him. We're welcoming the Longhorn man. And so, Tony, if you could push that button until that light turns green, I'd love to turn the mic over to you just for a second to introduce yourself to everybody.
Well, thank you very much. And thank you for the opportunity to serve the Bend Lapine community. It truly is an honor. And I'm really looking forward to taking my experience and helping with HR initiatives, you all, community, and the students as a whole. And I'm truly excited to be here. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. I'll ask Tony to stick around in case you guys have any questions for him. And my last item, just a reminder that next Monday, I'm going to be going out on a short FEMLA for my wife's second surgery, and all things go well. This will be just a quick recovery, and she'll be well on her way to life post-kidney transplant and double nephrectomy. And so I appreciate all the support you guys have given and provided for me this time. And I will also say upfront and publicly right now, I'm very grateful for Lisa's leadership and her excitement to take over while I'm gone.
Thank you. And we do love our July meeting because it is 5:46 and we are now moving into director comments. So I will open the floor. Online, Director Tomlin, any comment?
Well, I would just like to really thank Marcus for his leadership over the last couple of years. And as chair, he's been a strong leader for us. And I know he was chair when I came on the board. And I just appreciate his leadership. And congratulations to you, Amy and Cameron. And I look forward to working with both of you this coming year.
Thank you. Director Olson.
I would second Ross's comments. Congratulations to Amy and to Cameron. And we look forward to another great year for the board. We are moving some things that we never thought we could move. And I'm very pleased and very excited to see the district results that Dr. Cook just reported. You know, we ask sometimes, what are our kids really doing? Well, when you look at those kind of results, it shows what the kids are doing, but it also shows the staff support that makes that happen. So thank you, everybody. It's been a great year.
Thank you. Director Lynch.
I'd like to say thanks to all the community leaders who've been involved in the fundraising policy conversation thus far. I very much value your feedback. I know that the team here does too, and also really, really value the hours that you put in on behalf of your schools, whether you still have kids there or not. I know that there are people who are still doing work for schools from which their kids have moved on. So thank you very much for your engagement on that. Second, the congratulations to our staff for the extraordinary AP results that we saw this year. That is just a huge lift and a huge sign of success, and the community should feel just very proud about what our students have been able to achieve with their help. And then lastly, I felt a little weird leaving our last meeting in that we did not do a resolution affirming June as Pride Month in the district, and would like to do that next year. Like, I don't know if that's something that we normally do, but most of my state committees do affirm Pride Month. We have a lot of community here that needs to be seen and loved, and that's a small thing we can do. And so retroactively, yay Pride, and let's get it done in June 2027. Thanks.
Thank you. Director Chadwick.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank the Student Voice Council members who attended all of our sessions in between everything that they have going on, especially towards the end of the school year. And in terms of, right, everyone's talking about the fundraiser policy right now. I'm just hoping that folks can take a step back. We're trying to do this to better, better our process right now and to support all of our community members. So whether we get it right or not on the first try, it's a step in the right direction, and we value your feedback. And I guess the last thing I would say is just that I hope folks are really able to step away from a lot of seriousness this summer and to really just, enjoy family and friends and the weather, especially while we can. So, that's it for me.
Thank you. Director Fisher.
Yeah, I too want to thank those who have given their input with regard to the fundraising policy, but also other concerns how much I value hearing community members, whether you're parents, whether you're grandparents, whether you're community members, business owners, et cetera, staff, that sending emails and showing up for public comment and talking to all of us is really valuable. And I think sometimes we forget that for school districts to function, for schools to function, we need volunteers and we need financial contributions and we need donations. And that's the only way that public schools work. So those of you who are engaged in giving time and energy to all our schools, that's so appreciated. I also want to recognize Marcus for giving his time and energy for being board chair, not an easy task. And I'm grateful for Amy for stepping up, willing to do that task. We also are volunteers. And so folks who do, to give their time as board chair, that is a hefty order, and I'm grateful. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Director LeGrand.
Thank you, Chair Tatum. That's cool. All right. After a meaningful season of service as chair, I'm stepping into a new pasture, one to create space for the next voice, the next vision, and the next chapter of leadership within our board. My commitment to this work remains full and present. This transition simply reflects what strong leadership looks like in action, knowing we hold the mic and when to pass it. My theme for the 2026-2027 academic year is rooted, focused, and free. And this moment embodies all three. Over the past few years in the chair and the vice chair roles, I grew as a leader in ways that I did not anticipate. Help shape a more cohesive unit of leaders, one where collaboration runs deep and shared purpose stands stronger. I show up across many lanes in this community, omnipresent by design, because representation carries weight. When people who look like us occupy rooms of influence and decision, it shifts what others believe in purpose for themselves. Black leadership at its highest level carries a particular kind of solitude. The path can feel isolating, and in those moments, I return to something I hold as truth. Black is ordinary or original. Black is inimitable. Black is supernatural. These words ground me. They remind me that we carry something ancient, something unmatched, and something the world has never been able to replicate. So I carry this forward. When we stay true to who we inspire to be, greatness follows every single time. But you remember, the work must continue, and don't forget, my roots run deep. Thank you all.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you for electing me to chair. Still not sure that I want to do it, but here I am. I am very thankful for Marcus's leadership. I think we need to say that again, how appreciative we are for Marcus always being here and standing up and showing up. And you will continue to do that. You just don't have to have the gavel anymore. So with that being said, 5:55, we love our July meeting. Our next regular business meeting is scheduled for August 11th. So with that said, this meeting is adjourned.